All right, we're going to look at some more ways to write equations, and we're going to learn a third formula that is called point slope formula. Okay, it looks like this: y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, and when we plug into this formula, we're going to put a number in for y1, for m, and for x1, this y and x are just going to stay y and x because our equation needs to have a y and an x in it. Okay, so let's look at some examples. All right, and I'm going to write this formula here again for us. So it's going to be y minus y1. All right, and I put different colors in there because we're going to look at where these different numbers come from. So m, just like before, is slope. So that means my m is going to be 2. And then x1 and y1 are going to come from this ordered pair that I gave us. So this 4 is going to be my x1, and then this 1 is going to be my y1. So when I write the equation, I'm going to have y minus 1, because that's my y coordinate in the ordered pair they gave me. And that's going to be equal to m, which is 2, times x minus, and my x1 is 4. So I'm just plugging in those numbers. All right, now if you look up in our directions, it says write all final answers in slope-intercept form. All right, so that's the first one we talked about, mx plus b. So I need to simplify this equation so that I have y by itself. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute my 2. So I have y minus 1 equals 2x minus 8. And then to get y by itself, I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So in slope-intercept form, the equation is y equals 2x minus 7. So this is point slope form. This is slope-intercept form. All right. All right, I'm going to skip ahead to number 3 here. So we're still plugging into our formula. So my x1 is going to be negative 6, my y1 is going to be 0, and then my slope is going to be 2/3. Okay, so for the left side, I have y minus 0 equals 2/3 times x, and then we have minus negative 6. Okay, that is not simplified. All right, when you remember that minus negative is the same thing as plus, so I'm actually going to write it like this: y minus 0 equals 2/3 times x plus 6. And there's another thing we can simplify here. Minus 0 we don't need, all right, because anything minus 0 is still going to be that number, so we can just write this as y equals. Okay, now if I want to change it to slope-intercept form, I'm going to distribute my 2/3. So I would have y equals 2/3 x, and then 2/3 times 6 is going to be 4. So this would be my final answer in slope-intercept form. All right, so I'll do one more example with you. We'll do this one. All right, so y minus y1, my y1 is negative 1. So if it's negative, I'm going to write plus 1 because minus negative is the same thing as plus 1. All right, equals negative 3/4 times x minus x1, and my x1 is negative 8. So minus negative 8 is the same thing as plus 8. So I'm just skipping that step of writing it out that way and kind of simplifying in my head. If you need to still write this first step and then change it to plus, that is totally fine. All right. Until you get used to it and remember to do it. Okay. Then to put this in slope-intercept form, I'm going to distribute again. So I have y plus 1 equals negative 3/4 x. Negative 3/4 times 8 is going to be negative 6. And then to get y by itself, I'm going to subtract 1. So I have y equals negative 3/4 x minus 7. That looks like a 9, so let me fix that so I don't confuse anybody. And I said x and didn't write x up there. Okay, so what I want you to do, I want you to pause here and I want you to try example number 2. All right, and then when you come back, I'll have the answer for you to check. All right, so hopefully you came up with y equals 1/2 x plus 3. All right. If not, and you can't understand by looking at my work where that answer came from, put a star by it so that you can ask in class. All right, and that is going to be it for 4.5.